What if I told you that most videographers are doing things the wrong and hard way, and you can actually get clients without ever having to sell or pitch them your ideas at all? And this is exactly what I'm going to show you in this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it and basically use my story as an example so you know exactly what works. At the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how powerful and how efficient this model is, and why you should consider doing this for your videography business as well if you want to scale to a full-time income. So if that sounds exciting, let's get straight into it. The question you probably have is, how can I get more videography clients, right? And if you ask everyone, if you do a Google search or YouTube search, you will probably see something like, yeah, just work for free for a couple of clients and you will get more paid clients, and keep chasing clients, network like crazy, get referrals, yada yada yada. You know, the normal stuff. So this is what I call the old method, and a method that is probably sabotaging your own chances for success as a videographer. Because the problem is, if you keep doing all this stuff again and again and again and constantly failing, and you end up down in this trap where you basically never get back up, and your dreams of becoming a successful videographer just vanishes into nothingness, and you get back to your normal day job. You know, that's the normal path that I guess 99% of people who want to do videography ends up in, and that is sad. So let's get straight into what I consider is a lot better method, which is the method I did. And this method has given me a lot of projects, and this is just 15 videos just to show you some examples, but I have done a lot more than this. But as you can see, these videos alone have generated, good money. And what all of these videos have in common is that I never had to sell, I never had to pitch anything, and all of them literally came to me. I have never ever, not a single time, ever had to convince someone to buy my video services. And I know that sounds crazy, but this is just a fact, and I'm gonna show you exactly how powerful this method is. And yeah, so the goal here is to earn a living from videography. So we should remove ourselves from the question, how do I get more clients? We should focus our attention to, how do I make a living from videography? How do I generate enough income to do this full time? And you basically have two paths you can go through. You can do the positioning path, which is the one I chose to do, and I'm going to explain, down here. But the path number two, which is like what 99% of people are doing, they are constantly chasing cold potential clients. They're constantly networking, constantly asking for referrals and pitching and selling and negotiating and convincing, and they end up in this endless loop of starting each month with $0, and they have financial instability, and their chances for scaling in the future is very slim because they're spending so much time in the business, and they're stuck with all this time-consuming stuff. Just a little hint here. One of the reasons is probably because you're selling features. Businesses who want to buy from you do not care about features. That's just a universal law. They care about, how can I earn more back than I'm investing in, which is exactly why it's so hard to sell videos, which I'll come back to. So just before I get into the positioning part, how I started, which is probably how most of you who are seeing this video is also at right now. You have done a lot of hobby projects. You have done a lot of, probably, I don't know if you're a church person, but you have done a lot of work for your friends, and you have followed YouTube tutorials and basically done a lot of free stuff for yourself. And occasionally you have done a couple of local gigs, but nothing consistent and nothing, worth talking about, basically, small paying jobs. If you are in a position like this, you know how to make videos, and that is just what you need. So how does the positioning thing work, and what did I do? I became a social media growth specialist. And I know, I can hear you, you're standing over here and thinking, I'm a videographer. I'm not a social media dude. And before you disregard this entire idea, let me explain why being a social media growth specialist is so powerful and why you don't think of this as your end all be all, end game solution. This is your stepping stone into the right positioning and nothing else. So, positioning is key, it's not the end goal. And why we're doing this is because it's a lot easier to sell something of value or the type of value that businesses understand. Because no business owner wakes up in the morning and thinks, I need a videographer. Most of them are waking up and thinking, I need more sales. And if you can speak directly to their desires, which is how can I generate more sales, you will have a lot better time of selling. Which is why social media is so powerful, because it's so easy to explain the value to businesses. And social media growth specialist, it sounds boring, probably, but hear me out. If you're a videographer and you don't have too much experience yet, at least for working with clients, if you position yourself in front of clients who pay you to create videos on a consistent basis, you are basically practicing your own craft. So it's basically the same thing, it's just packaged in a different way. Because once you are in a position where you have a retainer client, a client paying you on a monthly basis to do consistent social media content for them, number one, you can now more safely transition from your normal job to your freelance career, which doesn't require you to jump ship and quit your job and go all in and just hope for the best that you will find enough clients to keep you afloat. This approach lets you ease into your freelance career. And once you are in this position where you have a client, they will keep seeing your skills because you keep, posting videos, and they will start seeing your value because again, you're showing them what you can do in practice, and suddenly you become this go-to guy for them. Whenever they need something else video related, you will be the first person that pops up in their minds. Every business probably has a network of other clients or business friends, and once you show them that you can do something good for them, you will also tap into their network. And this is where a lot of your other video projects will start coming from as well. And just in case you don't know how to do social media, it's super simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. But the short version and what you basically need to fill in the last 10% of the gap of what you're missing is to basically create 20 to 30 short form videos a month for a client, track and report the KPIs, key performance indicators, and then you analyze and optimize based on the feedback you're gathering, and you do this on a consistent basis. And it's very easy to satisfy your clients when you can show them tangible metrics of growth and engagement, and basically seeing numbers go up makes them feel like they're getting their money back, kinda. My main job as a social media manager for clients did not consist of doing social media stuff. I guess 70% of the job I did was the other stuff, like going out, doing bigger video projects. So this just became this baseline income for me. And I just have to do the daily routines and just fill in the stuff that makes them satisfied, basically. And once you have a couple of clients, these clients keeps feeding you with a lot of projects, you're now in a position that brings you easily to $10,000 to $15,000 a month, which is exactly what I did. I've had multiple months crossing that 15K mark. And once you are in that position, of course, we can start talking about the agency model and how you can scale and how you can leverage systems and labor and stuff like that. But that's for another video. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more like this. But I hope you understand how powerful this method is. Your job as a videographer is to create video content, basically, and position yourself in a way that businesses actually start seeing you, they start paying attention to you, and they start wanting to work with you. If you're not doing it this way, it's so hard to get that attention and get people to actually care about what you're making. You want to spend 99% of your time delivering and creating results. And this is what this method allows you to do. I hope this was useful, and I hope you can see how that this is the smarter way of doing it, and it's all about positioning. It's about putting yourself in front of the right people and making them care. That's what I'm saying here. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it. See you next time.